Part 2 to 149 on this other phone. Put on separate phones for security reasons. Here's the process. Your loving nature makes you welcome strangers, travelers, worn down people on their last breath. It happened on these shores. It's happened all over the world. Here's where it happened. You welcomed them in. They learnt your ways. They vampired you. They started mimicking you. And you thought they were cool because they talk like you, walk like you. That one's cool, whatever. And it spread. Eventually made it. Mimicked, imitated you, phased you out. Where you don't even really, you barely exist in your home place anymore. They've completely replaced you in all those places where they are impersonating you. You were not removed. You were phased out. You were bred out. And a bunch of other things. This is how it went down. Everyone's guilty. It's not those. It's not those over there. Your world's been divided up by the perpetrators. Best hope solution is it's a cutthroat creature that doesn't even care about his brother. It has betrayed its own team. It abuses its own team. It segregates its own team. You understand what I'm saying? Even though you may be at the bottom, look to the person, even though that person may be the same as them that they put down at the bottom right next to you. That's your ally. As soon as they find out what was done to them, the enemy of your enemy is your ally. And you go one to the next, one to the next, forming allies. Because they, by demonstrating they don't give a fuck about you either, whether you live or die, trying to kill you just like me. It even get to the point, let me explain to you. It's about groups and not the groups that you think. You may think it's about shades. That's how it used to be. It's not like that anymore. There's a group, the, the lightest group you could think of. They have blonde hair and they have blue eyes. You may think, hey, that's the one he's talking about. No. Don't go by what I say, go by what you see yourself. You know what you see with them people? They're love starved. They're some kind of people who, yeah, they're vampires too. But there's all kinds of everything. All right? You know what they want? They're not just out to feed on you. Okay? Okay? These people basically didn't have no slaves. They basically don't do nothing. Matter of fact, they get abused more than the other people. Okay? These other people who are crying bloody murder, so-called black people, these are the people that black people make prostitutes out of. You know, the white girl he has out there prostituting, look at her and see what kind she is. She just wanted to be loved. They just want to get abused by everybody on the planet. Black, white, green, Mexican. We all use these people and abuse them and put them below us. They're our girlfriend, baby mama, whatever, and treat them like shit. Now you may think, I'm telling you, everything's circular. The fairest group in the world is at the bottom. I don't care how much money they got. The, the darkest group in the world is at the bottom right beside them. One's poor and one is doing okay, but they are abused and used and misused in the same way. Now, in the middle of that, there's a creature that's looking innocent, that's escaping through this whole thing. You've seen this creature rear its head every time some ugly civilization doing it was the leader of that civilization. It was Caesar. It was Hitler. It looks the same way when you see. If you stand back, it looks as though its eyes are black. When you get close, it looks as though its eyes are brown. And it has dark hair. And it is a threat. It is a serious creature. I'm not even sure if its origin is this world. You know, they look like they're filled up with that black demon shit when you look in their eyes. Look like that's what's showing through their eyes. But they're good at the power of illusion. So they can appear to be any of these other people. I know you thought it was your eyes playing tricks on you. You know, you looked over, you saw somebody sitting in the shade, you swore it was a black person. And then a person stepped out of the shadow. No way can be confused with a black person. And you thinking it was just your eyes playing trick on you. And it wasn't your eyes playing the trick. But it was a trick. Do you know what an EMP is? It's an electromagnetic pulse. Everything electricity. This is a term for something that interrupts the electric flow of something. Disables it even. You know, the thing you saw in the movies and different things, the javelin spear that shoots through the engine of a car and causes the car to short out and be disabled, was someone shorted out your brain. This is why you have your mind's messed up and your memory's messed up. It will scramble your brain. HARP will scramble your nervous system. In other words, when you see people with these shaking Tourette syndrome type situations, you know, Richard Pryor, Muhammad Ali, Tommy Davidson, Michael J. Fox, there's a weapon that can do that to people. And when you get out of pocket, your plane goes down using this weapon, you get cardiac arrest using this weapon. You, you all of a sudden are shaking and trembling, can't hold a spoon from this weapon. It's like handheld harp. I know you don't know what harp is, but a harp is a thing over your head, a machine that was designed in the 90s to test a seismic tester, to test for weak spots, possible earthquakes and structural damage using vibrations. This thing aimed at you, the vibrations will wreak havoc with your nervous system, even kill you. But a smaller version does these other things. And it can be mounted in a car, it can be handheld, it can be in a pocketbook passing by you. Let me show you the most deadliest weapon in your society. It isn't a gun. Always remember, a gun is nothing but an advanced slingshot. Lead is a rock, a little red rock pebble on the end of some gunpowder. The gunpowder catapults the little pebble at you. So it's an advanced rock thrower. After all this time, they're just throwing rocks. Let me tell you what's the most advanced weapon at your disposal. The microwave. Nothing can stop a microwave, and it can disarm, disable anything, any person, any animal, any machine. What do? You stick an ink pen in the little hole where the door closes. Other than that, see, this little button keeps the microwave from operating when the door is open. But once you jam something in that hole, you can just press 10 million minutes and run for cover. Be sure to be standing on the side of the microwave, and as soon as you hit start, leave. Because everything in front of that microwave will be melted, disintegrated, disabled, and tore the hell up. It is a laser cannon, not a laser gun, not a laser pen. It is a laser cannon sitting on your kitchen counter. An advanced weapon. Let me explain to you about advanced weapon and technology and primitive weapon and technology. Everything you have now that you call modern technology, the components and elements of it, there are no new elements on the planet. The elements that it is made out of were laying here when the Romans were sword fighting. Okay? They just didn't have the knowledge to take these elements and make cell phones and guns and planes out of it. But the materials that planes and cell phones and all that is made of was laying right here in front of the Romans, in front of the Greeks, in front of all of them. But they didn't have the intelligence to make these things out of it. So now they do. Well, the things that are going to be made in the future are made out the crap laying in front of you right now. And you lack the intelligence to make it. And I just gave you a tip. I just told you you have a laser cannon in your kitchen. I don't care who rushes your home. Throw those guns on the floor, grab that microwave and an extension cord and aim it at the door. It can be an army of people. They will not make it past the door. Anyone who comes that way, it's over for them. I don't care what vest they have on. I don't care what they have. It's over for them. It is a microwave cannon. It is a very dangerous thing. The military uses it. They just don't tell you about it. There is nothing that can stop a microwave. Not a lead vest, not none of the crap they told you, not that glass door on the front of it. So I don't want to hear that about they got bigger guns with them damn slingshots. It's here a joke. In the words of Captain America, a weapon is only as deadly as the mind that directs it. A gun and a baby is nothing but an accident waiting to happen. This is only an example. An advanced mind, and it can do many things. In other words, they want to talk about taekwondo and jiu-jitsu and all this here. No, we got an ancient technique that outdates all of that, which all that crap comes from. They didn't invent the martial arts, we did. Okay, and here's basically how it goes. Anything our hands touch become a weapon. It doesn't matter if it's a stick on the ground, a handful of leaves, a handful of dirt, a sweater, a plate. Anything our hands touch, we can use it as a weapon with proficiency. But the bare hand is the worst. This is unknown to them. This is how we ran them out of our lands, and they had cannons, and all we had was swords and knives. And they've never won a single war against us.